Welcome, the post-mortem of the El Clasico of the Caribbean. As you all know, Trinidad and Tobago won, Jamaica won, and unfortunately for us Trinis, our road to the World Cup is over. Disappointing, but we have to face the media. We have to face the media. We have to come back. We have to face Francis. And deal with it. So again, we're back. Myself, Liu Chin from the Interception, Levi from We Are Bias, and of course the man himself, Francis, what's your surname?
Francis.
Oh, so
I'm like a true Brazilian. One name, Francis.
Francinho. Francis from Next Up Sports. So before we get into it, I see the viewers building up. Don't forget to subscribe to everybody's channel. Of course, it's all in the description. And of course, Francis, why should they subscribe? Because it's what?
Free 99. Free 99. Don't cost you nothing. It's free, people. You can't be free. It's free.
That's like my favorite part of every night.
Same.
With Francis.
Same. That's the chemistry right there. But let's get into it. 1-1. I'll start with you, Francis, because I feel like Levi and I kind of spoke to each other for a lot of time during it. So I want to hear your views on the game. I watched your match review. I did. So I kind of know where your mind is at, but I want to hear it live and direct, unedited.
Man, I'm like I said, like I'm still disappointed. Regardless of the fact we got 3 points. 3 points. See, there go my head already. Like I think we supposed to have 3 points. Nonetheless, we got a point heading into the final game, which is massive, 2 massive games. I don't even know where to start because the game started off spicy, I'd like to say, including with Spicer, no pun intended, and Richard King. Just right off the bat, huge collision in the game. I think it was it was bad. It wasn't a good collision on the part of the Reggae Boy, which ended up hurting himself and having to be removed from the game. Spicer was able to continue. But right off the bat, we knew that, I did in my pre-match breakdown, I said it's important that we try and control that midfield because the midfield for Trinidad and Tobago has always been the backbone of their team. They tend to want to play through the midfield, and I felt like, we win in the second and third balls, so second and third opportunities would give us a chance to now break out on a counterattack and make things happen. And it was a poor performance, in my opinion, in the first half. And in the second half, it was just a little bit better, but just bad lineup management, bad tactics.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad. It was bad. And I told you guys that Trinidad and Tobago would have the possession because we don't really play a possession-based football game. We play a direct football game. And, that's what happened. You guys dominated the possessions. You won the second and third balls. You had opportunities. And we were just on the back foot pretty much the whole entire game. We was on the back foot the whole entire game until, and I always say that a good team will punish you for the mistakes that you make, right? And Trinidad made a mistake after, in my opinion, handling the game well in the area that Jamaica is looking to exploit. They handled the game well. I got to give you guys credit because you told me and us about Payne stepping in, and he strapped. Boy, I tell you, strapped, boy, the whole entire game for the most part, except for the one mistake. One mistake. There's no way that y'all should have had
Raymond.
Yeah.
Raymond on an island. No
Yeah.
pun intended. See, no, we're from an island. On an island with Ronaldo Cephas. Yeah?
Yeah.
And he chopped him out of his clothes. And I already said already, I don't rate y'all goalkeeper. Nonetheless, to me, your goalkeeper sucks. He is terrible, in
Really?
my opinion. Denzel,
Yeah.
yeah, I think he's terrible, but that's for another conversation. We'll get into that a little later. But that happened. But at the same, in my opinion, now it goes back to the mindset. Where's our mindset? We came in the game, I believe, looking for a draw. We played on the back foot like we are looking for a draw. When we got the goal, we parked the bus. Remember, we're supposed to be the team that have the better players. We're supposed to be the team that's faster, more physical, more technical, and we parked the bus. And what happened? Like you like to say, the heart, the pride. Trinidad decided that they wanted to press forward. We made a mistake inside the box. 1-1. Now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of. You know what? I'm gonna leave it there because I have some. I have some keys I want to break down for both. See, I look at it. I love football, so I'm gonna break down both sides of mistakes. I think both your coach and my coach made some terrible mistakes, man. Them dudes are, man, they need to be checked out, man. They made some horrible mistakes. But let me hear what y'all got to say. So yeah, I thought it was a poor performance for us in terms of controlling the game. We took care of the opportunities we had. I think you guys controlled the game, but you just couldn't fight in your shooting boots, which was good for us, obviously.
Yeah. Levi, I'll hand it over to you next, but I just want to big up Jordan Khan. In the chat, he said, interception and we are biased. Remember, we met you in the Dortmund meeting. Now, if I'm being honest, Jordan, I don't know who exactly you are because we did meet a good bit of people there.
Yeah, we meet a
But
lot of
big up same way, for being on the live, and hopefully training is going good, But yeah, Levi.
Right. So where I would start is Trinidad and Tobago played well. And going off of what Francis said Jamaica didn't play well, but I feel that was like because Trinidad played well. If you understand what I'm saying. Trinidad, you said we were going to possess the ball and stuff like that. And when you guys scored, you were on the you all went and parked the bus. But for me, how it looked like we were on the ascendancy throughout the whole game, and you all got a moment, and well, the goal happened. And to me, it's like it wasn't much of parking the bus, it's more of it was just a continuation of Trinidad being good. And well, as we were saying on the live the last time, pressure does bust pipe, and it was a continuous wave of pressure. And to me, when I saw Melino come on, and I told you, Leo, at some point we were going to get a big chance because Melino always gives a big chance. I wouldn't say the goal that you guys scored was a mistake on our part. Yeah, it was, but it's more like I sympathize with the players because the pressure we had you all under in that 10-minute period, it was like we had to get a shot off in that period, and I think it was a corner or somebody crossed it in, and you all got a boot away, and Raymond just ended up being the unlucky one to be in that position against Cephas when Payne was the one who crossed the ball initially, so he was close to the byline.
Yeah, Payne was up.
And so that's why Payne wasn't around Cephas at that point in time. And well, Abutawi can't really get back. Things we did well came in the second half, as we always say. And I think it was more of Dwight making things doing things we've been crying out for, which is playing Levi out on the right. Because when he went out on the right, bro, I got so angry. It's not because he was doing anything wrong. It's because we've been missing this Levi for the entire qualifying campaign. And Sealy, I won't even speak on that right now because we'll get on to that later on, because I feel like that'll be a hot topic, especially with Francis, because we're going to come back with Sealy attitude, and it showed a lot in this game. But we did things well. Jamaica did their thing as well. But I felt like we we could have won that game. And Lee, when that goal went in, even though you were looking at the clock and you saying there wasn't much time, you felt like,
Yeah, I felt
something
it.
was going to happen
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
And because it was there, it was literally right there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking, it's so much things to put together into a few words, but heartbreaking is the consensus of it.
Yeah. I think as well, and I asked Fletcher this in the question. I say, I told him it's frustrating that this was our best performance, but why weren't we seeing this from the off? You know what I mean? It's like if we performed like that in all of our previous games, I can almost I can almost put my head on a block that Trinidad will be on top of this group because we would have beaten Curacao twice, and if Molino and Daniel Phillips were in that Jamaica game in Jamaica, we would have won that game. And I hope you saw, we told you, Francis, we told you that those two players were the difference. And yesterday, it was, I agree with you. Jamaica was terrible yesterday. And I agree with Levi too. Part of that is because Trinidad played so well. But immediately, of course, Molino didn't start, right? Molino didn't start. But the impact, is clear as day, the impact he had in that second half. As soon as he came on, he played a ball over the top. I was like, nobody did that for the whole day, except I think Rampasad had one early on. It was just wave after wave after wave. And then, I don't know if you saw the replay of the goal, but just the composure, a defender was flying in, his awareness to just leave the ball. He didn't even cut the defender, he just left the ball and slotted it home. And that's from the attacking point of view. The defensive shift that Daniel Phillips put in that midfield yesterday. And Levi, the funny thing about it is he was rated the lowest on SofaScore and FootMob, and that's crazy to me because
he was immense. People who watch the game on TV, even in the beginning of the game, where Jamaica, they were trying to press him, and he was playing out of pressure. Even though it may look like the ball bubble up on him and stuff like that, it was so much like of Phillips that you can't get away from it. Like he was the midfield. Rampasad was there, but Rampasad was doing what Rampasad does. But you can clearly see where we missed him if we went when
So it's crazy.
The impact of Phillips was, and Molino. Well, we told you.
Yeah, I will tell you about Sealy too. But before we continue, let me just go into the comments. Jordan's still there, saying Malachi played good, but all we could have done better is finishing. Agreed. Trinidad and Tobago played very well, yeah. Payne played good defensively. I agree with that as well. And we mentioned that. And Darren, well, big up Darren, saying he was just talking to me before the live, actually, saying we had to let go of Levi potential in a Trinidad and Tobago jersey. We were having that discussion. I disagree. I just think he shouldn't be playing as a 9. Oh gosh, boy. When he went onto that right wing, it was night and day between Levi being a winger and a striker. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But Francis, let's follow up on some of the conversations that we had. Actually, before we even go into that, I should also say and follow up and be accountable for ourselves. The atmosphere in Hasely Crawford Stadium was very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. Yeah. And it was sad, but actually somebody, okay, so this is reality. Somebody told me, because I was talking to the stadium announcer after, and I was like, dog, I find, people, like, it wasn't packed. He was like, well, yeah, boy. He was disappointed, but he said, well, you have to remember, it's a Thursday. It was a Thursday game, right? We just know, I don't say it, I don't agree, but it was a Thursday game. And he said also it was it's the middle of the month, so men don't have money to be spending like that. So I don't know.
I detest that. That's horrible. And on our part, I'm really, really angry with Trinidad and Tobago because of that.
So I don't know if those are factors, but as I say, we'll be accountable because we told you the atmosphere would have been something. And if I'm being honest, it only really picked up a lie. First half wasn't bad because we were playing well, but it only really picked up when Molino scored our goal. The crowd,
No. I wouldn't even say that the atmosphere was good, but the fact that it wasn't filled.
Full, yeah, full,
Because
yeah.
I feel like the atmosphere generally was good because where we moved about the stadium a lot.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
wherever we sat, it had vibes. Like things were going on, people were chanting and so on and so on. But that's the fact that the stadium wasn't rocking. Kudos to the people that were there and doing their thing. But the people who stayed home and who did other things, you all were very, bro. I can't even start to talk about how angry I am with you all because that was disheartening. And I felt like the players, it affected the players a little bit too because I feel like that would have pushed us over the edge. Even though Francis and I might say, you're emotional, you're doing that help. It does help, especially in our country.
It does, it does. But yeah, Francis, we had our additions to our squad. You also had your Demari Grays. If I'm being honest, I forgot Demari Gray was even playing. How what's the word? Frustrating was it that you had players like Demari Gray, Bobby Reed, who didn't? I mean, those are the big names, that people might be scared about if they come against it. But they really didn't have much of an impact yesterday, if at all. I know Bobby Reed assisted the offside goal, but other than that, he wasn't really doing much. Was that a frustration for you and like the Jamaican fans in general?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I spoke about, in my post match with the game, the poor management of the lineup, the poor management from the decision from the coaches. It showed all the way around in every aspect you can think of. You know what I'm saying? But before I get into that, like, it was so disappointing. But I don't know. Maybe it's a thing with the Caribbean countries that the support is that you expect. It doesn't always show up. It doesn't always show up, and for us, I know we like to say, well, we don't support losers, right? If you're not doing anything, people are not going to come out and support. You got to kind of do something in order for them to come out and support. And I just find it difficult. It was definitely disheartening to see. I mean, for you guys, because you that 12th man might have actually did something for you in that game. So I'm happy that that 12th man wasn't really there like that for us. But the support that you spoke about so passionately, didn't see it. A lot of empty seats. But
And
nonetheless,
you know what's frustrating too, Francis? The
yeah,
times when we didn't expect it is when it happened.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was crazy to me because we did our best. We hyped this game up to the moon. And I think it didn't need hype. It was the game. So why? I can't answer that question because I was there.
And the fact that the players showed up nonetheless. The players
Yeah.
showed up for you guys. The players showed up nonetheless. I'm not gonna say the players didn't show up for us. I just felt like the coach and his coaching staff didn't put the right lineup in this game to play against Trinidad and Tobago, in my opinion. Again, I'm not part of the coaching staff. Don't know what his plans are, but for what we can see and how the game was being played, I can't see how that was something that was beneficial, that was successful for the team. You know what I
And
mean?
just to touch back on the fans, I wanted us to win, obviously, but I also wanted us to win to tell the people who didn't come, we did this without you, and you all should be there the next game. But I mean, things happen and we didn't win. But still, the fact that we played so well and people weren't there to see it is so frustrating, bro. So frustrating. So I have to tell you, Shannon, people, I am very disappointed in us because this is not how we are. We are very patriotic. You guys know this. So what went on?
Well, you heard him. He said that people ain't have no money.
Bro, I feel like they would have, at that point. I feel like they would have just opened the gates.
Yeah. It was interesting. And it'll be even more interesting to see the turnout on Tuesday against Bermuda because that's a Tuesday, which is even worse. And then it doesn't matter. So it'll be really interesting to see how it turns out. But yeah, really frustrating for us. As I said, it's sad that our best performance ended our road to the World Cup. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to think about. But I guess we could speak about you, Francis. How do you feel? Because Curacao obviously destroyed Bermuda 7-0, which is frightening, has to be said. That's the biggest win of the group stage so far in our group. It is Bermuda, but we didn't beat them 7-0. You didn't beat them 7-0. And you have to now win. You must win. We backing you, right?
Yeah, we backing you.
You must win on Tuesday. Are you confident of the backup?
Francis, we had like our phones in our hands and we saw it was 4-0. And by the time I put down my phone and pick it back up, it was 7-0, bro. I don't know if you were keeping an eye on the game. Were you? Bro, those goals happened really fast, bro.
Fast. Very fast.
That's crazy.
Very fast. That's what I call BTA. Yeah? Belt to ass. Boy, Curacao was putting belt to ass. Boy, oh my, the real beaten stick of this group. The real beaten stick. Man, to be honest with you, that's what's most frustrating, most disappointing, because, winning the game against Trinidad and Tobago would have taken off some of the pressure of the do or see you in March. It's literally coming down to either you do and qualify right away, or we're going to see you in March for the Intercontinental Playoff against the other second place teams in the hopes to get one of those, final tickets to get to the World Cup. So it's not a great feeling. It's not a great feeling. And the reason why, for me personally, it's not a great feeling, because you got to think about it. We played Curacao already. They beat us 2-0. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, they beat us 2-0 already. So they already have some type of confidence that they can beat us. The game still has to be played, but they still have some type of confidence that they can beat us. Right? We want to use the surface as an excuse, like we played on AstroTurf. Well, they're going to be playing on the same grass we playing on. Not only that, in a game that we're supposed to win, realistically, we're supposed to win, we drawed and they put belt to ass. So they're coming in with more confidence, being that that's the only team in the group to beat Jamaica. And it's a do or see you in March game. And we didn't do ourselves no favors by not winning the game against Trinidad and Tobago.
I guess the only positive is that you're home. And I mean, you all could rally.
Yeah, but you got to think about it too. Like, maybe of late, we haven't really been that great at home. But we have won some games at home. But do you really want to put that type of pressure on your team at home, in front of your home fans, with a team that's coming in sizzling? They're absolutely sizzling. Let's be honest. You understand? They're coming off the back of a tremendous performance, even though it's against Bermuda. But none of the other, neither Trinidad nor Jamaica have had that type of performance against Bermuda. We beat them. We played them. We scored 8 goals against them. 4 in the first one, 4 in the second. They got 10 goals against Bermuda. They beat Bermuda 3-2 the first time they played them in Bermuda.
I know it's the funny thing. When we played Bermuda, we watched the game and we were saying, boy, we should have hit the side like 7 or 8.
7.
And we just weren't clinical enough. So I guess Curacao just delivered on their clinicalness, I guess.
Hey, Leo, hold on a second. Big up to Omar. Omar, you got that score prediction dead on. You said 1-1. Big up to you. Big up to you. You call that. I've been looking for you. The only one to call that, man. Shout out to Omar in the comment section. Go ahead, Leo.
Yeah, nobody predicted a draw. I was actually thinking about that. Nobody predicted a draw.
Nah, I had one person, Eddie.
Serious?
Eddie from I can't remember his page right now, but I did a live with him and he said 1-1.
Oh, Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he said 1-1.
Wow, that's interesting. But how do Darren say in Jamaica, which is trash because they're not supposed to be in this position? Malachi,
come on.
Malachi saying the first half we played very well, but we slowed down a little bit in the second. Thank you, sir. How do Curacao approach that game? Because they don't have to win. A draw does it for them. Can they go to the office and park the bus and frustrate Jamaica? Is that the way for them to set up? Or do they go all guns blazing for you guys? Because really and truly, pressure is literally on both teams. Because I don't know if Curacao have that dog in them to go and grind out a draw against Jamaica. I don't know. They did it against us. You know. Will they do that against Jamaica? What do you think? What do you think? Levi Yard have more dog than Curacao defense. Yeah, but Francis, what do you think about that? I mean,
yeah, I don't think like grinding out it's going to be tough. Let's be honest. It's going to be a tough. It's going to be a big fight. If it's going to be a grind out type of game. But you know, we definitely are going to play to our strengths. We're going to use that speed, use that strength. For me, it's the midfield that I'm worried about. It's playing through that midfield. The midfield, I mean, Curacao and Trinidad, they like to play through the midfield. And the midfield is what I'm having a lot of issue with because we're not really focusing on too much on, you know, the midfield. And Curacao love to pack the midfield. If I'm not mistaken, they play about 4 in the midfield. They keep that midfield super, super tight. And then you got the wingers running loose on the outside, giving themselves opportunities, you know what I mean, for cross-ins. And what they do, they go inside out. So for the Reggae Boys, like we did against Trinidad, it's turnover, quick counterattack. Use the speed we have on the outside, counterattack. Now, I personally, putting Demario Gray on the right side of the field was, for me, was one of the stupidest things I think the coach could do. Because you got Demario Gray, he's a right-footed player. If you put him on the right side of the field, you pretty much turn him into a passer. Right? But we don't play that type of build-up game for him to get the ball, go down the right side and square the ball in. That's not how we play. So you need to play him on the left, or at best in the 10, even though he doesn't really do that well in the 10, it's better you play him there than you play him on the right because you've took him out the game. We don't have the midfield that we started against Trinidad. We don't have any ball carriers. Casey Palmer would have been that ball carrier to carry the ball through the lines for us. John Russell isn't going to do it. And Bobby Reed isn't that type of, he doesn't have that type of technical ability. That is why Rampersad and Phillips was having their way. Before you know it, they were turning over in that quick turnover. Boop, turnover. They were gone the next way. Creating opportunities for you. So when it comes down to this Curacao game, I'm curious to see, which I'm not really, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't believe the coach is going to really do anything to fix that midfield. Man, I don't really believe the coach know what he's doing, to be honest with you. It's too frustrating, man.
I have a question for you, Francis. What do you think about Boza getting no minutes, though?
I mean, you got to think about it. And I like to say, he's not playing no minutes at his club. He's not really playing no minutes at his club. So it's easy to say, well, starting this player in such a game is not justifiable given the fact that Shamar Nicholson has scored so much goals against Caribbean teams and he's the second leading goal scorer for Jamaica history. But think about it. The player that started, he's been on a hot streak. In the last 4 games, I think he got 4 goals or 5 goals. But the problem that we are having, again, is that it's hard for you to score if you're not servicing your striker. If you ain't giving him opportunities to get to the ball, he's out there just running. You see, that's the difference between Trinidad and Jamaica. Because Phillips and Rampersad, they were giving Spicer, Seeley, and Levi Garcia opportunities to run at our back line. We didn't have that type of opportunity. Cephas got the opportunity here and there on the left side, but Payne was doing a good job of one, staying in front of him, making him use his skills in terms of passing the ball or taking a shot. He wasn't giving them the angle to take him down to the touchline and either get by him or square it in. He was locking it off. He's like, if you're going to beat me, you got to go inside. because I know who I got inside waiting on you if you turn that ball inside.
Thank you.
That's all I was. Okay, sorry, Francis, but we were having a discussion earlier about it, about what pain instructions was, and you just proved my point there. Now. So thanks.
Yeah, listen, when I talk football, listen, I know I'm talking. Turn him inside. But then when you think about it, turn him inside, like our number 10, he doesn't really have that technical ability. He's more like box to box, but his advantage is on set piece. Dead ball. With the bit, he got one which was offside. That's what he's there for. But putting the ball on the ground, actually knocking the ball around. So it's weird to know that was what was going to happen. So we play with this same lineup against Curacao. What do you expect? Because the same, we've seen this already. Remember, the same midfield was what played against Curacao.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to say, yeah, I believe that they're going to do something different. No, I don't. I don't believe. So we're looking at mistakes that both teams has made. It's a good thing for us, but I'm not sure why Dwight York didn't start Kevin Molino. But I don't care how he could be 1,000 years old. A player like that, and you call it a do or die. It's a do or die for you guys. If you don't win the game, if you draw or lose, it's a wrap. You got to play him. And if you don't play him, you at least start him second half.
That's what I would say. That's what I would say.
But I would
even when you go,
you want to start the game right. Why would you not?
You see, the thing is, I think we started the game well. Because
that's what you see, that was what that final third, that's what was missing for you.
But I even look at some of the chances we created, right? Like the one where Levi Garcia put Richard King on his pants, missed the goal. You know, the Spicer volley could save from Andre Blake. So we had chances in the first half. Yes, Molino would have added to it, but I don't think, me personally, could disagree. I don't think that we totally missed him in the first half, but I definitely think that starting him in the second half would have put us on even a better, I think we could have scored early in that second half if Molino started fresh. You know what I mean? That's just my view on it.
I kind of disagree with you because I feel like in the first half, Spicer, like the wings were creating most of the chances. I feel like Molino in that pocket would have given Levi so much freedom because Levi had to come inside every time and wait for the ball. Molino would spot a run and pass it. Like Levi would have run. The only reason Levi wasn't running is because he knew the ball wasn't going to come to his come in behind. So he had to go for it. And if we missed a lot of opportunities like that because it had space. It had a lot of space in the first half. If you remember it had a lot of space. Even for Deron Payne out wide, you could see the defense was a little more stretched than it should have been. Levi making a run to the back post or something like that from a Molino cross or a Molino through ball, something that Daisy cut or something. I feel like the first half we were supposed to score in that first half. It was there for us. And even when you go, okay, we didn't start him first half, whatever, okay. Second half, we didn't start him, whatever. But you see, as that goal score, he was supposed to already be on the pitch.
You mean
as
after Sifa's goal?
As Sifa score, Molino supposed to already be pulling up his socks.
Yeah. It took long.
Immediately. And I'm listening. We're talking about we going to war in terms of football, and I can see that right away. Immediately. But first of just not starting him with that type of experience, you got to start a player like that. He'll warm into the game. Remember, he's an older player, so you don't want to bring him on. You want to give him a chance to kind of warm into the game, kind of figure out the flow to the game, get a bounce for it. And you got to remember that unwritten understanding, that unwritten chemistry that Rampy said Molina and Phillips have, you can't make that up. You break up something that's been working for a long time. So I think Dwight York dropped the ball there. You can bring on fresher legs after the fact, but you give them an opportunity. You always give yourself a starting opportunity. You don't want to play catch up. Because now you're bringing on an older player playing catch up.
But okay, so while I understand what you're saying, and it could be that okay, we did play better this game as opposed to other games, right? But it has been a trend in this run that Molino hasn't had the best first halves. Like he has looked better in the second half, coming off the bench. Even I think he came on in the second half in one of those games as well, the Curacao. Yeah, Curacao. So his impact has been greater in the second half. So I'm asking the question and wondering, do you think that he would have been flying out the blocks from the start? Because it hasn't been a trend really, but the difference is we actually played well. Like our team was functioning well. So do you think that because of that, he would have bounced off that energy and it would have been a better first half performance from him?
Yeah, I feel so. And
okay,
us playing well this time, I don't know if people look at Molino as just an attacker, but he relieves so much pressure when we're on the ball. Like when we are playing poorly, he's the only person to pick up the ball and draw a foul. And every game he does it, literally every game. So his defensive qualities go unnoticed a lot. And he does a lot of work. They might say he might run back to get the ball, but when he does get the ball, he's one of the players that don't ever lose it. He will draw a foul, play a pass out of pressure, stuff like that. But us playing well this game, he wouldn't have to do anything like that. He would have just get to be his Molino self. He would have get to play the balls he want to play. He would have get to pick up the spaces he likes to occupy, these kind of things. So I feel like in this game, he would have started well. But I mean, we couldn't see the future, and I guess Dwight York couldn't see the future. So it was like he was playing it safe until he knew. But still, it's still disappointing to see that it played out that way.
Let's go through the comments, and then actually we're gonna delve deeper into. Sorry.
Hold on. Before you get to the comments, big up to everybody in the comment section. Before you get to the comment section, I gotta say this point. Let's be honest. The reason why I say that it wouldn't have made a difference, because if we had the right lineup, you guys wouldn't have had the effect that you had. Spicer wouldn't have got the opportunity to be running at our defense the way he did if we had played Dexter Lambakisa on that back line, because he would have matched him speed for speed. He would have shut down the movement. If we'd have put Tyrese Campbell into the game, who helps out a lot on that side, it would have shut that side of the game down. So you got to also think about that as well too. A midfielder that can actually control the ball in terms of technical ability, like a Casey Palmer would, it would have taken Rampersad out the game, or Phillips. One of them would have to pay much more attention to the midfield, and they got to worry about Sifa because they know they're gonna make that pass. There was no link-up play with our number 9 and any of the midfielders. So Phillips and Rampy, they didn't have to do much work because we did it for them. We didn't offer nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
DeMario Gray on the other side. Remember when we played you guys at the National Stadium, the reason why Cephas had so much success is not because of Rio Cardin, why he had so much success. It's because on the other side of the field, Tyrese Campbell was attacking Powders on that backside. You understand? He was attacking way more than DeMario Gray was attacking yesterday.
Yeah.
So it was a balanced attack on both sides of the field. When the field is one-sided, you can shift your defense, you can shift your focus to that side of the field. You understand? Nothing is coming from the number 9. Nothing is coming from the right side. It's literally coming from the left side. Everybody knows if the opportunity gets the ball, is going to go to the left side of the field, to Cephas. So everybody just got to shift a little bit that way. Once you turn over, it's gone. And our midfield is not going to fight and try to win the ball back, because that's not the type of midfielders that we had yesterday. So you look at it. Our front 3. So you had Cephas, Burrell, and Gray. Then you had Bobby Reed, John Russell. Them 5 players, really and truly, the only effective one out of them that was actually doing anything was Cephas. So what was the rest of y'all players doing? You get what I'm saying? They had time on the ball. They had time to take the ball and knock it around and do something with it. A lot of pressure on our defense. That's how I'm looking at it. Our defense had to play a lot. Then remember, Damian Lowe's not playing that. He don't got no club. He hasn't played competitive football in like 2 months. Richard King got hurt in the first 6 minutes of the game. So with Damian Lowe coming in, haven't played competitive football, bruv, we got two slow center backs between Levi Garcia put both Pinnock and Lowe in a spliff.
Francis, I now remembered something. And I say I ought to bring it up with you. You guys play really dirty, bro. You guys play dirty, bro. I didn't know that was part of your game.
No. You play dirty too. Stop it.
No, let me tell you. So I don't know if you would have seen this on the broadcast, right? When Richard King came off, right? After Levi injured him with no contact.
No. Injury happened when he tried to kick Spicer.
Yeah, let's play the fool.
No. He had him crawling on the floor like a baby, chopped him out of the floor. He's still crawling back.
And the thing is, we saw it. We were right there.
Yeah, we were actually right there.
It was perfect. But when that happened and they wanted Damian Lowe to come off, saw when Cephas, Andre Blake, and somebody else went down on the ground holding their hamstring. You remember that?
That's football.
I saw Steve McLaren go across and he was like, Cephas! And he was like, I was like, whoa! And then Cephas dropped to the ground. And then Bobby Reed was like, hey, ref. And then they went and talked to Andre Blake. And as soon as they saw Damian Lowe coming on, Andre Blake sprang up to his feet one time. I was like, okay.
The referee went across and gave him a few stern words.
A few words. Yeah. Hey, to be fair, that referee was very incompetent, right? There were lots of decisions which I think should have been yellow cards, which weren't. But what I will give him kudos for, he did try to manage the time. So every time somebody was trying to waste time, he was running across to them and was like, hey, hurry up. I don't know if you all saw that, but he was on the players. I saw him doing that. But other than that, he was kind of like,
man. It had one of the
officiating wasn't the best. But we saw that and we were like, nah boy, we have to bring this up with Francis. Because you wouldn't have seen that on the broadcast. You wouldn't have seen it.
But that's a part of football though. Everybody do that. But yo,
of course.
They've been waiting.
Yeah, but seeing that from the better team, it was just
it looked desperate, if I'm being honest.
It looked desperate. Especially at that point in time, you all were looking like you're
No. We down a man. What you mean desperate? We down a man in the no. We do everything. Come on, we need this even. But get in the comment section, see what's going on.
Yeah. I have some few to go through, so I will. You could get some water meanwhile. Because I wanted to go back to a point that Peter Mystic brought up, which was really good. I don't know if he's still in life, hopefully. He said you have to put everything into perspective. They're beating a Bermuda team that has nothing to play for. True, that's a factor. Bermuda already out. Could be a factor, but I think still scoring 7 goals is momentum, regardless of if they played well or anything like that. I think, that's momentum. Omar is saying McLaren doesn't have a clue. TNT started well. It wasn't about Molino. It was about finishing our XG. It's a little over 1. When I see Molino come on and knew a goal was going to score, people questioning it. Molino coming off the bench was good. In my opinion, he should have come up earlier. I think so too. I think he should have come on at the start of the second half. I know they gave their views fair. But I had no problem with Molino not starting, if I'm being honest, Small boy RL saying, I think TNT need a real goal poacher, push Levi on the right. We've been crying for that. We have been crying for that. We need another Stern John. Darren saying, yes, Jamaica, if they had a better lineup, we would have lost. Basically, look different. Levi doing good. No one to support him. What is it? Tajai. TNT was better in the midfield. And Francis, they're asking you how confident you are against Curacao. We could get back to that. But I want to ask you, Francis, because we spoke about Dante Sealy before you get back into the Curacao, because we kind of spoke about that already. We could reconvene maybe when Sports Jam joins, What did you think of Dante Sealy yesterday? Did you see? Because we were speaking about him not being, I don't want to say not being passionate, but you know what I'm talking about when I said what we were speaking about. And to be honest, a lot of people are saying it. We saw it yesterday. Like there was no conviction in his performance. Now it's obvious that he's talented, right? He's good. He's very good. But tell me from your perspective, did Dante Sealy, amongst all our players, not lack some sort of cutting edge? Be objective. You
I
don't. You
no.
think he had a good game yesterday?
I think he balanced out the team. I think he played with the same amount of energy and passion that the rest of the TNT players played with. I felt like he gave the opportunities that he had.
Hmm.
He tried to take advantage of them, in my personal opinion.
Hmm. Okay.
I have a cap. I'm looking for a cap, boy.
Levi, your thoughts. Your thoughts.
Well,
I'm gonna get
Remember,
some water. I'll be back.
Let me ask you a question. I know you guys are at the stadium. How much times have you watched the game since?
I started to watch it today, but I couldn't finish it because I was on work. I hope
Mm.
nobody from work watching right now. Yeah, so I'll finish it tonight though before I sleep.
Do you have a particular moment? Do you have a particular moment that you felt like he did not show that passion that you guys are talking about?
It's more like it's not just the passion. It's more like okay, Payne was playing on his side, right? Payne is fairly new to the side. He
Yeah.
might make some mistakes in terms of his connection with the other players. And I think the person in front of him should help him because if you're a defender or a right back and you're going forward, you will take directions from the winger. Depending on what he does, you do the opposite. And Sealy, Sealy was going inside. Okay, he went inside. Darren Payne went on the outside, and as Darren Payne started to make his run, he come back outside. It had no communication, and he wasn't even trying to fix it. And you can see Payne trying to talk to him, and Sealy is not even looking at this guy, bro. It's like he was totally distant from the team itself. I mean, that's something that wouldn't come across in the broadcast, but we were sitting right where he was playing, so we saw it. And even when in the second half, right before he came off, I know you're tired. I know you're tired. You're a footballer thing. You know you're gonna come off just now because you see a certain player warming up. You would make an attempt to run back as a final push, and the ball is on your side. Because to me, Spicer was doing that. Spicer was doing that on his side, and Spicer he came off as well around the same time. Levi did it when he went on the right to Levi ran back. I can't remember any sequence in the game where I saw Dante Sealy run back.
Well, I can say the same thing respectfully about Cephas. Because whenever Payne was overlapping, Cephas was nowhere to be found.
Okay, well, here's why I might give Cephas the lie.
Like what he offered, you'd almost say it's the same thing because when Sealy was again, Payne's just coming into the team, right? So you're looking at the coordination, the chemistry is important as well too, of the understanding, right? Payne likes to play a certain way. He seems like he's good defensive, but he also likes to overlap. He likes to get forward, right? But if Sealy's not the type of winger that's going to always drop back and help, then it's hard for Payne to want to overlap as much as he is because it's going to be open.
Okay, here's the point I'm going to draw, right?
Yeah.
Sealy is accustomed playing with Rio. Who overlaps more than Rio, bro? Rio is the overlapper. He wrote the book on overlapping, bro. It's a constant thing. It's nothing new to Sealy.
I'm glad you said that. Thank you. You're about to. I'm glad you see. You know why I'm glad you said that?
Why?
Levi. You know I'm glad you said that because when you think about it, the goal that we scored. Thank you, Cephas. Thank you, Raymond. The goal that we scored. If that was Rio Cardines, he would have ran back.
You think he would have get that?
yet he would have ran back. He would have got there. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. I've seen it. I'm watching Payne. I said he's good defensively, but he's really not that committed to really running back. He's not. I watched it. I watched it more than once. When you watch, I watched the game like 4 times. I was up till 4 o'clock this morning watching the game while I was on live. I promise you. I'm about to pull it up right now on this screen right here and watch it again.
Okay, but with your Cephas point, right? With Cephas not offering anything defensively, wouldn't you say Cephas is your outlet? Like he is the person you'll look to when you're under pressure, you'll look for that outlet. But to Cephas?
Yeah.
That Sealy is not that for us. We don't do that with Sealy.
Because you know why?
Why? No, in any game, not just against Jamaica.
The only reason why that happened is because Cephas is probably the fastest person in the CONCACAF.
Right, but that's the point I'm making. He has a reason.
Levi Garcia I think Levi Garcia is the fastest on your team, if I'm not mistaken.
Kind of debatable. But
who's faster? Who's fast in your final, like your between your wingers and Spicer, right?
Probably
who's
Spicer.
faster between Spicer and Levi Garcia?
Who's what?
Who's faster?
Who has more pace?
I think probably Spicer. I think Levi has a little more power and strength. Yeah. I feel like if they run a sprint, I feel like Spicer has the longer limbs. I feel like he would beat him in a race.
Yeah, but Francis, the point I'm trying to make,
yeah, all right, go ahead.
Is Cephas has a reason to do what he does. He's coached into that because you all know what you all expect from him when you're under pressure.
He's coached.
What you laughing at?
He's coached into that?
You know, like the coach tells him, you stay up there, you don't get back. You don't think if it was up to him? You don't think so?
No?
Bro, don't do that, bro.
No?
Bro, don't do that, bro.
Maybe on a set piece like a corner kick or something. But I'm talking about...
That's where it went from. That's where it came from. Or you're talking about in moments in the game?
Yeah, I'm talking about in moments in the game. Like when moments in the game, when you're going inside out, outside in, and you're breaking down the team, and you're going down the wing, you're supposed to get back and help your wing back. Your left back or your right back. It doesn't happen. I think CD drops back and help more than Cephas does.
When you watch over that game today, tell me how much time you see it.
Okay.
We'll talk some other time. But tell me how much time you see it. Because I have to disagree there.
I'm sure. You know what? That's the point that you've been beaten for a while when it comes to Sealy. For whatever reason, Sealy is not he's not giving the effort. It's the effort that matters, what you're saying. The effort.
The effort and this might sound probably more personal for me. If you're our winger, right? We expect you to take on a player, and when you do, if the player does win the ball, but it's like a momentum shift, you get past the player, but the player comes back. Why you don't rally? Why you don't like show some emotion and say like, again, he doesn't have to do it, but it's like, come on, bro, there's a do or die game. Show something for the fans to latch on to say, hey, this guy's really trying. I mean, it could be a personality thing, and fair if it's that, but come on, bro, in a do or die game where tension's running high, you know how the crowd feeling. You can feel tension in the air.
You have to step out your comfort zone. Yeah.
You have to, like, somebody who's quiet and going through something, they will shout out, they will scream. some moment you must show some level of emotion.
Not everybody's like that. Not everybody show their emotions like that. I'm looking at, like, I'm watching it right. I wish we gotta find a way to watch the game together. I'm watching. I'm just like, I don't see it.
Well, I don't
like from Sealy. Whoa, that was kind of crazy. Almost like the same thing, like who was that a while ago? That was Sealy that just made that pass. Like Damari Gray. First of all, man, y'all go ahead and like up the live, people. Like up the live, man. It's free, $99. We got 2 brothers here. Make sure you subscribe to Inception. Make sure you subscribe to We Are Biased TT. Come on, you already know what it is. It's Francis Next Up Sports Talk. It's free. You know we like free. You ain't gotta. We ain't asking you for $1. We're not asking you for $5. It's free, $3.99, not 3, free. FREE. Hit that like button, man. Share it with somebody.
You can give a discount on free.
It's already free. It's free. You ain't gotta steal it. You ain't gotta hide and do it, because it's free. Go ahead and hit that like button, man. Go ahead and hit that like button. Take a second, hit the like button. Hope you didn't come on in and didn't hit that like button. Yeah, we talking about this game. As I'm here watching, like, our midfield was stagnant. You guys did a good job of closing us down. Damari Gray was looking for options to pass the ball to. We were just passing the ball from side to side. Steely plays, he reminds me of like a Greg Lee. He plays like steady. He doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low. He's just steady. His emotion is just steady.
You know why it's a little, I would say, it's give or take with him, especially because when he came in with a high. Like, he scored against Saudi Arabia. He gave performances where it was like, this guy is the guy, and he wants to play for Trinidad. Like, he was showing emotions in the beginning. It was there. So I don't know if there's something in the camp or somebody telling him something. I don't know what it is, but I just want him to get back to that level because I love him and I want him to continue playing for us, but at a high level, doing what I know he could do.
Like, I'm looking at it right there, like, oh man, I hear what you're saying, but I just don't see it. Like, he runs forward. He runs with purpose. His movement is good. So I'm watching it. Like, they just had an outlet and he beat Spicer and Levi Garcia up front. He get back to that side of the field. All right, boom. They pass the ball over to Payne. He's looking. He's trying to run into space, not getting the ball. So I don't really understand. What did Prince say? So Gray played on the right side, but for his club team, he plays on the left.
Mm-hmm.
He plays on the left because he's able to break it down and cut back in on that right foot and hit it top bin. I don't believe that Cephas has that technical ability. He has to get closer to the goal in order to do that. Damari Gray can hit that from 25 yards out.
Yep.
He's also a specialist. If he's 25 yards out, he gonna find it. He gonna find that corner. So now you have to make decisions, right? You're giving up pace for technical ability.
Yeah, big up Prince Hood in the comments asking if Gray play.
If he played, yeah, he played because he was quiet. Boy, I tell you.
Yeah, no, I know he being sarcastic.
That's what I'm saying. He was quiet. Very quiet. And that's what, and like, oh man, I don't even know.
In the comments again, Lime says Sealy is very rash in the final third. He just slices the ball without looking up.
Sorry about
finding the last pass.
I'm literally.
Somebody said Rio. Well, Deshaun said Rio would have run back for Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, not saying he would have get there, but
Henry spent most of the time covering for Payne because he was halfway up the field. Okay, you look at it here. Sealy's on that far touch side. They find him right away. But the ball didn't even get to him. But they're looking for him. They're looking for him on that right side. Sometimes the ball just doesn't get there.
That's the first half?
Second half. I'm in the 50th minute right now.
Okay.
Well, what do you talk after? I want to ask you why you're watching it.
That's before Molino came on.
I'm watching on CONCACAF YouTube channel.
But that's before Molino came on.
Yeah.
So they would have been looking wide. They would have been looking wide for both Sealy or Spicer. Because that would have been our attacking outlets.
Okay, so I have some kind of breaking news here.
What's that?
I feel what we were talking about earlier, Leo, is come to fruition. I'm not sure about it looking like.
Oh, Molino?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like Molino. That was his last game for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, of course.
I said like that.
Of course. Like I told you, listen, a baller like that, you don't sit a baller like that on the bench.
No, it's not. I don't think it's because of that. It's not like that. I think he just knows his time. Melino is 34, probably 35, I believe. You can
Really?
fact check that. Yeah, Melino old, bro.
Yeah, he's old.
He
He's
had his
old.
birthday was the other day.
Yeah,
I'm fact check it. Yeah.
Yeah, boy, he's 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He don't look like it. Kudos to him, but you know that way.
Somebody saying you're hiding from Ryan LFC, Levi.
To me, nah, I go link Ryan soon, man. Ryan can't tell me anything.
One player we didn't.
Flavor Max,
Yeah.
don't worry, I coming for Ryan just now.
One player we didn't talk about, and I'm interested to hear Francis's thoughts on him. When we saw the starting lineup, no Trimmingham, but Justin Garcia or Shiggy, as we know him, and had a really good game. Had a very good game. Did that surprise you, Levi?
Yeah, it surprised me a lot, especially with the history he has against Jamaica. I don't know if you would know Francis. Well, you might know that was him, but when we played the All in the Unity Cup, when we had the blunder in the back where the defender calling for the keeper to come and the keeper was slow to come out, that was Garcia, as we call him, Shiggy. He redeemed himself in that game in particular. He really redeemed himself, because I don't know if you guys will remember in the opening minutes of the game, probably below 10 minutes, Rampersad made a mistake and he held on to it a little bit too long and somebody nicked it away from him, and Garcia was the one to step up immediately to shut that off. And the Shiggy, I know, probably would have let it play it out before, because we have a joke where Shiggy doesn't do any actual defending. It's always tactical. So he's always thinking about what to do next than to what to do now.
Sustainable defending.
Yeah. So he was a little more active this time.
Yeah.
And redemption. And
Let
I
me
love
tell
it
you
for him.
something. He made Rampersad look real good.
Yeah.
Real good. When I say real good, he made him look real good. He covered for him phenomenally.
Yep.
Yes, he did. He made that old man look young.
Mm-hmm. And he opened up a lot of space for him as well, because he was stepping into the midfield and allowing the team to push on. Yeah, he was good.
But
He was really, really
must
good.
be lucky that we didn't offer no service. If we had offered any type of service to our front line, it would have been a whole different game. Trinidad and Tobago brought two every time to Demarai Gray. Every time Demarai Gray touched the ball, Raymond was right there. Henry was backing him up. On the other side, Cephas touched the ball. Payne was there. Garcia is there to play the backup every single time. We didn't get no chance. There was no support from John Russell. There was no support really from Bobby Reed, because by the time they got there, TNT had the ball going the other way. So now you got to get back into a defensive shell. I felt bad for Roman Burrell. Like he didn't really have much opportunity. And it was tough to see, man. It was tough to see. We played long ball, and every time we put the ball into the box, you guys were making sure you clear it. That's what's frustrating to me, is there was no plan B, C, or D from our coach. None. Okay. Richard King is the player that usually initiates our direct balls. The balls that's going directly to either our number 9, making a run behind, or to one of our wingers. And then we work up off of that. He came out the game trying to tackle Spicer dirty. I'm going to call it like I see it. End up hurting himself. He tried to end up hurting himself. So what was the next plan? You brought Damian Lowe. Both Damian Lowe and Ethan Pinnock is not that good at that direct ball. But you cannot expect Isaac Hayden and Bobby Reed to knock the ball around in the midfield and build from the back. So what are we going to next? We didn't bring no midfielders to do that. None. And we still draw with you guys. Respectfully. We played like garbage. Basura.
Yeah.
How do you say it? What is the word you guys use in Trinidad and say garbage other than garbage? You have a special word for it?
Plenty. I feel like you have so many ways could
But I
say.
feel it's real explicit, so I wouldn't really use
Yeah.
any. Flavor Max TV. Yeah, I ranted about the stadium not being packed earlier, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed. I raised my hands up. I'm sorry. I promised something and my people let me down. So
Rods, okay, so we were talking about this earlier as well with Darren Payne, right? Because I see Rod say, guys, do you think Darren Payne could have held onto the ball a little longer instead of crossing the ball into the box? With 5 yellow shirts versus 2 red, he had an accuracy of 13%, 1 out of 8 with crosses, right? And I guess that one is the Spicer one where Spicer hit the volley. Now, I don't think so
I don't think
because
so.
how long you want him to hold the ball? There was no desire from our players to get into. There's a reason that there were 2 players in the box because there's no desire from any of our guys. We don't have a 9 in Levi. No disrespect, but he's not attacking crosses in the first place. And then you have no support otherwise. And if Darren Payne is in an advanced position, right, it's always going to be a difficult thing for him because you're not the only person who was criticizing his crossing. People were earlier as well. You know, if he crosses and he says 1 out of 8, okay. But then if he gets into advanced position, looks up and doesn't cross and passes back, people will have a problem and they'll say, why not getting the ball into the box? Why you just doing that?
The thing is, who he was going to pass the ball back to?
Exactly.
Because you're going to invite pressure onto the team.
And even so, there were instances where Darren Payne was building because there were instances where he won the ball on the right hand side and he would have passed it inside to like Rampesados, and actually he was actually so composed because there were many times where he won the ball and he didn't just launch it upfield. He actually found the pass into Phillips, Rampesado, etc.
You guys are so biased. You are so biased. Oh my days. I can't believe it. I just seen Dante Seeley in the 59th minute and 26-second made a sick pass, breaking the line between Bobby Reed and Cephas to Darren Payne running down that right side. Fantastic ball from the midfield. I'm watching this brother just show his quality, show his talent. And for Flavor Max in the comment section, Cephas got his one-on-one all night long. And Darren Payne was strapped, seatbelt strap. Strap. It just so happened that Raymond, being obviously not as experienced, in my opinion, with Ronaldo Cephas and the pace or defending a high-level defender like that, hear what I'm saying?
No, that wasn't for you. That wasn't for you. I was reading a comment.
If he knew better, he would do better. He wouldn't put himself running like that sideways because he knows Cephas want to cut back in on that right foot. You know you want to go on the right foot. That's the same thing I said to Richard King. You know Levi want to get back on that left foot. You let him chop you out your clothes. You know what foot he wants to put the ball on. Yeah, shoot with the off foot. Yeah, show me you can do it with the off foot. He got the one-on-one. That wasn't a desired one-on-one. That was a great clearance by Burrell. And it happened to land in the area where Cephas was. We didn't create that.
Yeah.
That was like from the football gods that the ball got the proper clearance and Cephas was able to take it and run with it. And it just so happened that it was just Cephas and Raymond back there alone. There was no Garcia, there was no Henry, nothing like that. Just to answer Flavor Max. So no, the plan was to get Cephas one-on-one. He got it. That was the plan. It didn't work for like, I don't know, 46 minutes. Go ahead.
At Lime, any comments? He's saying, to be very honest, headers are Levi's bread and butter. But okay, you're saying that, but it has a lot of context to that. Levi is better crashing the box. He isn't one to stand up in the box and win a header. If he's coming in late, he might win a header and score. Well, most of the time he wins his headers and score when he's coming in late, and that's very rare. And especially if you're the striker in a team, you're not going to reach late into the box. So, yeah, you're saying that it's bread and butter, but context.
y'all gotta put some respect on Sealy's name, man. That's all I'm gonna say to you right now.
I go and watch over that game because I want to see what you seeing.
I'm on your helmet. You remember when Spicer hit that one just over the crossbar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rampersad passed the ball to Sealy. Sealy took it from right to left and hit nice pass to Spicer. Spicer flick it back on his right foot and curled it right over the bar. That was a pass from Sealy. What are you guys talking about, man?
Yeah, but wasn't that the obvious play?
No, it
I'm
wasn't.
not saying that is something bad, but
No, it wasn't the obvious play. No. The obvious play was to turn it back and give it back to Darren Payne because that was the play from Dwight York. Give it to Payne so he could cross it into the box.
Mm-hmm.
What he's seen that Spicer had a one-on-one with a slower-footed defender on the opposite side of the field. He changed field.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll see that one again.
I'll tell you the timestamp. Let me tell you the timestamp. I'm going to tell you the timestamp. 50. Hold on, wait.
People, any comments from Trinidad and Tobago? Do you guys think that Sealy should continue starting? That is the question.
So the thing is, yeah, you all definitely answer that. The thing is, it's not that I don't think Sealy is a bad footballer, I think he's very good. Yeah, I just feel like if he's lacking something in that performance, that's it for me, personally, But let's talk about Levi Garcia, as he was brought up. Levi has played the number 9 for this. Well, actually, he's been playing 9 since the previous round of qualifying, St. Kitts, throughout. And we have been calling, my view is that we haven't been getting the best out of Levi Garcia, right, in that number 9 position. And he should have been playing on the wing for a very long time now. Now, we saw that happen last night for about 15 minutes, maybe less. And the impact that Levi Garcia had out on the wing, and for all the training people in the comments, you could back me up. I don't know if you agree or whatever, but Levi Garcia is for Trinidad and Tobago. I know out of Trinidad for Athens and where's he now? Moscow, Spartak. He plays the 9 and he scores goals and all these kind of things. But for Trinidad and Tobago, my view is that Levi Garcia should not be playing as our striker, as our number. We cannot depend on him to be that striker that everybody desires. He is a winger. Even if you look at the chances that he has had when he looked threatening, all of them are when he's coming out from the right-hand side. Levi has never, and this is not a criticism to say he's a bad player, right? But Levi Garcia looks all threatening when he's coming off for that right-hand side. Francis, I don't know if you saw the major difference in Levi Garcia when he was... You'll see it. Every single time he got the ball, bro, something happened. Crazy. I mean, it was literally night and day. And that's what I think. So me personally, before I hand over to you, Francis, because I saw somebody saying who else would start over Celia, I believe it's Trini Life, right? Marcus, big up Marcus, right?
Yeah, big up Marcus.
I personally think that Celia should play, but I think Celia should be an impact player. Mm-hmm. And I think Levi Garcia should be our starting right wing. And we just figure out who's our number 9. That guy, Roel Mitchell, he showed some intent, didn't really get too much involved. I believe his hard work led to the goal. He got the assist. Right. He got the assist.
The thing is, he's young.
He's young.
Is a good thing. Mm-hmm. And you could see the talent and his rawness. And he's a fighter. You could see it.
Yeah, you could see it.
Francis, that's all I want to see from City. Fight it. Do it. Just do it.
So,
unfortunately,
he fights. I come in like I'm a Dante City, what do you call it? Defender, because he fights. Listen, what we gonna do? You know what we gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
We're gonna do like we're gonna talk offline. We're gonna watch the game. I'm gonna show you. Because one thing I do, you know what I mean? That's why I got the tactical board right there. Because I've watched the game like 6 times, and when I usually watch the game over and over, I tend to watch like specific players. I want to see how their movements are. because I like to know what I'm talking about. I just don't like to just not saying you're doing that or anybody. I want to directly know how this player is moving. So the fact that I'm watching this game again, I am specifically only watching Dante Sealy.
Now, okay, you're specifically watching Dante Sealy, and I can tell you literally every time he just steps into the midfield on his side and tries to play. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Levi, but I want to learn before you go into that, right? So I'll answer these just yes or no, right? And people in the comments as well, get involved. And this is to show you, big up to Fari, this is to show you that I am not, and we are not hating on Dante Sealy. Francis, who's a better right winger? Who looks more threatening on the right wing? Levi Garcia or Dante Sealy? Be real.
Come on, man. Come on.
No,
that's an easy answer.
Right.
Levi. No, but Levi.
Right. Wait.
Hold on.
Levi say yes or no, boy.
No. Yes or no. I have a next question.
Hold on. I'm going to answer. Levi Garcia, to me, overall, is the better footballer. So it doesn't matter where you put him. You can put him on the left. You can put him in the middle. You can put him on the right. He's going to outshine. If you put him on the left, he's going to play better than Spicer. I guarantee it.
No, but watch this, right? Let's eliminate the 9. Levi is not effective in the 9 for Trinidad and Tobago. We could all agree on that. What has he done in the number 9 position since he's been playing there? Nothing much, right? And that's just with Trinidad and Tobago. So for me, to answer somebody saying who should start over Dante Sealy, for me, Dante should come on as and I think he'll be even better as an impact player running at tired legs. Levi should be the one to start on that right-hand side. Spicer is a better left winger than Dante Sealy. Those should be our 2 wingers, in my personal opinion. This is not me eradicating Dante and say drop him and find somebody else. No. But I personally think our best, and this was my view, and people could disagree, I don't care. Levi Garcia is Trinidad and Tobago's maybe not best performing player. He is our best player. He's our highest level player. He has the highest level. You could see it in his gameplay. Yes, Molino performs better for Trinidad and Tobago. Levi Garcia is Trinidad and Tobago's best player. Well, and for this entire,
because Molino retired.
So gosh. But for this entire campaign, we have not been getting the best out of our best player. And from the time you stifle your best player, you've already lost. Yeah. You've already lost. Would you play Mbappe in a cam? No. If you have no cam, you're dropping Mbappe in your cam because Mbappe is Real Madrid's best player, ability-wise. But you wouldn't put him in the cam if Adagula gets injured. You don't do that.
Francis, here's another plight I have with Sealy, right? Sealy, to me, there's just me. I don't know how other Trinidadians feel, but Sealy, his potential and his talent, like his natural ability, you could literally see he's, to me, our most gifted player. And to me, being the most gifted player, you should, bro, I don't even know what word to use because it's like, he knows he's the best player. Like tactically, he knows he can get past players. He knows what he can do. So just him knowing that, I feel like he is just like the parts when we need him in games. He should do a little more. That's just my thing. He should just do a little more, bro. Just a little more. Just show me that you want it a little more. Not because you're talented, you should just be like, okay, whatever. Yeah, it is what it is.
But he is very good. That's the thing.
His ceiling is super high. His ceiling is off the charts, bro. I think he has the potential to be Trinidad and Tobago's best player. Like, yeah, Levi there, but I mean, Dante Sealy. You forget how young Dante Sealy is.
He's young. Honestly, every time TNT plays a Spicer catches my eye more than Garcia. He has more. And the thing is, how many times have you seen? Okay, that's an unfair statement to make.
Big facts, Safari, big facts. They could have. Sorry, go ahead, Leo. My bad. Go ahead, Leo.
I see Jay-Z TV saying, honestly, every time TNT plays a Spicer catches my eye, right? That can never be true. Because I think, okay, when we played Jamaica in the Nations League thing, did Levi play? I don't think he was there.
No.
I don't think he was there. He wasn't there in the Unity Cup either.
No.
And then in the first game in the qualifying, he scored 3. He was literally Trinidad and Tobago's best player. Spicer didn't have a good game that game. So, and Levi wasn't playing in his best position once again. So anybody saying that, and I agree with Darren. Darren say, yeah, but Levi don't perform in red. I agree. Because he is not being played in the right position. And it's clear to see. Yesterday alone showed me that. We saw it with our own. Levi got the ball and was literally, who's the left back? Who's your left back? Greg Lee?
Yep.
He was dealing with Greg Lee on the wing. They didn't know what to do. Maybe they were tired. Levi was tired too.
Well, Francis was here. There was only one instance when they stopped him.
Crazy.
What?
Dealing with which Greg Lee?
But he was dealing with them on the right hand side.
You talking, man. You must be taking a mic. You taking a mic. Right, you taking a mic, mate. If you're talking about Ethan Pinnock,
Francis
I
trolling.
can get with you, but
You're trolling.
Francis trolling.
You're trolling.
Good one. I like that one. You catch
You're
me on.
trolling.
You catch me on. You catch me on. You catch me. Good one.
Who came on for Levi to push wide? When Roel Mitchell comes on and Levi Garcia goes out on the right hand side, just take it in.
No, he watching it. He's a football man.
you're watching that substitution right now.
Yeah.
Right, good. Lock in.
Lock in.
When you see me
Lock
looking,
in.
I'm just looking at the screen. I'm watching it right there. 66 minutes. They're doing the substitution right now.
No, Jay-Z, I was talking about in the second half, not the first half. Second half. When Levi was pushed out to the right hand side. Not the first half when he dealt with Richard King.
Yeah.
Different story. Right? But that's just
even in that instance, it was a wide position he was coming from.
Exactly.
Levi.
Bro, every time Levi looks dangerous, it is coming in from a wide position. Never. If somebody could find a clip for me when Levi looked dangerous through the middle, please send it.
And there's no bubble up and the ball hit his foot and it hit the heel and nothing like that. Please, those are them things because I'll trip off.
Well, Francis, you see that another Dante Sealy masterclass?
He probably looking when Dante Sealy was now about to come off when he run at the defender. That sure is that.
No, you just said to me, y'all just said to me that Levi Garcia was having his way with Greg Lee. And I'm watching Greg Lee turn over Levi Garcia time and time. I'm watching it right now. And the reason why Levi Garcia looked as good as he did, to be very honest with you, is because whoever comes in, like the young fella Mitchell that came in, he's running really hard at that back. He's pressing hard. So it's opening up a lot of area for Levi Garcia to do what he's doing. Think about it. Levi Garcia, technically, he wants to drift to the right. So he smothers the area that Sealy doesn't get that space to really operate because he's going to drift to the right. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying here?
I understand what you're saying, but with the Sealy thing is a different story. But it just shows that Levi isn't a 9 now. It just shows.
I agree with you on that.
And that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, but it's unfair. It's unfair. It's unfair if a player doesn't get the space. Your 9 is supposed to create space for you. He's supposed to run at the back line and open space. If Levi Garcia is running like this and he's generally just fading to the right side of the field, it doesn't create that space.
Yeah, but you know another thing Sealy likes to do is get to the middle, right? So if Levi does this, Sealy does this.
He has to do that because that's the only option that he has. That's why he end up cutting. He finds Spicer over there because of the fact that he drifts right into. I'm glad you said that because he drifts right into the middle of the field to try to create plays.
Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do, right, Francis? I'm going to clean. I'm going to forget everything. I'm going to forget everything Sealy do. I'm going to forget everything. I just go and watch it objectively.
Thank you.
No bias. And I'm going to come back again.
That'd be nice. Leo, I know you can't wipe the slate clean. I understand. You know, you go hold on to that emotion. See that smile? I know you.
Levi disconnected. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm open to seeing it as well, but I still stand on the grounds that Levi Garcia should be playing wing for Trinidad and Tobago, not number 9. It's clear to see.
I agree with that. Just like
But
I don't think that Damari Gray should be playing on the right side. I don't think that John Russell should be playing in a number 10 because we don't get nothing creatively. Your number 10 has to be creative. It has to be a creative player, a player that is able to move the ball through the lines. And for Jamaica, we didn't have a creative midfielder yesterday to attack your back line, to challenge Garcia or Henry, to create opportunities for Burrell to run at your. That never happened. By the time we got the ball, we tried to play the wings as often as possible. But then going from the wing to the number 9, it's easy to defend that because it's a direct ball. All you got to do is get in the line. I'm looking at John Russell here. There's no way he's not really passing the ball. Pass it out to the wing. When you pass it out to the wing, Henry and Garcia, they get an opportunity to do what? Set up defensively. We go from the wing to the middle to the wing. From the wing to the middle to the wing. We don't make any forward movement. It's wing, middle, wing. Wing, middle, wing. Wing, middle, wing, back, back, middle, wing, back. There is no forward movement. You get what I'm saying? So our number 9 is dead up there. He's cooked. He can't sniff the ball at all. So if he can't get, how are we gonna score?
Yeah.
I was saying to these guys, in the last 4 games that we played before we played you guys yesterday, we scored 10 goals. 6 or 7 of the 10 goals came from our wing. It didn't come from our 9.
9, yeah.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
7 of our goals. That means that we're ineffective progressing the ball through the lines, making runs for our striker. You guys was going through our midfield like a hot knife going through butter. That means that we had no midfield friends. So John Russell and Bobby Reed, they couldn't stop that ball going through the middle of the field even if they tried. And our wingers are hugging that touchline, so they too wide. The middle is too open.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating when you're looking at it. You're like, come on. It would have been a competitive. We know you guys want to play out the middle. Look how much people did you have in the middle? Think about it. How much midfielders did you actually have in the middle of the park?
Winning.
How much midfielders did Trinidad have in the middle? How much players was in the middle at the park constantly? Rampersad was in the middle. Phillips was in the middle. From time to time, Garcia would drift into the middle.
Yeah.
Right?
Even sometimes Jerry and Jackie was stepping up into that midfield as well.
Into the middle. That's like what? 4 midfielders, 4 players that's occupying it versus 2. We only had Bobby Reed and John Russell, and majority of the time, John Russell wants to push forward. He wants to play like a false 9.
Yeah.
So the midfield is wide open, my brother.
Yeah, it was easy.
That's why we didn't have no shots on goal. That's why we didn't create no shots on goal. And we still came up with a draw.
I was just going to say, and that's the frustrating thing for us, because even though it's hard to criticize the team because they played so well, you also have to criticize the team because we had the opportunity to win that game. Everything was set up for us to win that game, you know. Tafari asking Lee, will you keep in York or drop him for 2030? So we were talking about this earlier. Because a lot of people now are saying Dwight out, right? People have actually been saying that for a while, you know. Even if we qualified, they don't like what they're seeing. They think he's tactically, he's inexperienced. He's not good tactically. He doesn't improve anybody. We haven't developed a playing style. A lot of the narratives that you generally tend to hear with coaches, his stats haven't been all that good. I think it's 7 losses, 6 draws, and 4 wins in all his games. So not the best. Personally, I wouldn't sack him right away. I don't think sacking him is the answer right now. I think even though, yes, those things may be true, you know, he's inexperience and all these kind of things. Chin, we can give you Steve McLaren. You know,
Yeah, you can have him.
I still seen progression under him. I think what he's done well, as Kershaw said, I don't know if he's still any comments, he has brought in some good players. So whoever is scouting for Dwight York and bringing in players has been really good because we've had good additions into the squad, the likes of Dante Seeley, Kobe Henry, Darren Payne. He's brought in some talent that maybe we didn't have before, and they've been doing pretty well. So I wouldn't be so quick to sack him, especially with the fact that who's going to replace Dwight York, you know, on such at this point in time. I think keep him for a little bit, see how he performs in the upcoming friendlies, see how he performs in the Nations League games that come up, see how he performs in the next Gold Cup. Was he rushed to sack him at the end of the day? Because it's just going to be another cycle of who's this coach, we're going to lose games, blah, blah, blah. So I say build with him personally for now and, you know, see how it goes. I don't know what you think about it from the outside looking in, Francis, and even based on some of those figures I just gave you there.
No, he's made some good progression. I think you gotta you gotta keep him. You gotta keep him. He's made some poor decisions.
Correct.
But, I think the mindset that he has, the drive that he has, he's gonna get it right. He hasn't gotten it wrong. You guys have played a lot better. You've looked a lot more dangerous. You've played with more purpose than you've played before. I think you're moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're moving in the right direction.
Yeah. Rod's mentioning, Liu Chen, we have to talk about the TTFA. Well, that's another thing. We won't get into that now, but yeah, they also have a part to play. I think as well with Dwight York. So although these statistics wouldn't be there, you know, in terms of, you know, 7 losses, 6 draws, whatever, you know, not qualifying for the World Cup, a lot of negatives that you could kind of draw. And well, the fact that you could say we have no identity. I think, as you rightfully said, there's something to build on. The performances were good. So even yesterday, right, a draw which didn't allow us to think. It was a good performance. It's something that you could build on. It's something, at least a foundation is set, and he could now look at the squad and see and use that game as an example, apart from the fact that Jamaica was pretty poor, and see what could I tweak to take us over the line in the next one. I think what we really need to look into, because I think we have depth in the midfield. Molino is leading, right? We have Malik Khan there to come back. We have Wayne Frederick. We have players that could come in and build over the next 4 years. Talented guys. We saw Wayne Frederick play against Jamaica in Jamaica, and he looked pretty good. He got Casey Palmer a yellow card. He had a good, first half. Malik Khan, every time he came on, he's looked pretty good. I think what Dwight York needs to look into now, we're talking about Dwight York, Levi. I think what Dwight York needs to look into right
now, after Leo finish, you gotta tell us, do you want him in or out? Finish, Leo.
Yeah. So I think in terms of bringing in players or whatever, I wouldn't, and I don't know if I mentioned this last stream, but I don't even think we need to really depend too much on this grandparents law thing. Yes, we should utilize it, don't get me wrong, because there may be untapped talent there. But I believe, no, wait, Francis, you're quick to make up a face. I'm not saying not use it, but I'm saying, what I'm saying is,
like Jamaica on it. We ain't gonna
that is not,
England.
That doesn't have to be our main source of players, because we have a lot of talent in the squad. And I think the reason that a lot of people would look at Trinidad and Tobago's squad now from the outside looking in and say, hey, tap into the grandparents, you'll need that absolutely, is because you haven't seen much of the talent that we have. Dwight York hasn't really been experimenting too much with these guys, so they haven't really been able to show what they have, I think the position which we really, really, really need is a number 9. I think if Trinidad and Tobago get not even like a world-class number 9 or anything, if you want to get a grandparents from that, then I'll say, okay, sure. If we get a good number of bagsman, Trinidad and Tobago will be such a completely different team, because the defense has gotten better. It's probably still not the best, obviously, as you saw yesterday, right? The midfield, I think even when Rampasad and those guys phase out, we have successors. But we need that 9. That will just complete the attack.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And even if, and sorry, last thing, even if you look, and again, Francis, you wouldn't see this. Even if you look at some of the players coming out of our school system, we have players, Darrell Zoom Garcia, right? He's what? Under 20. Give him 4 years. He's a beast. I'm telling you, these are top players. You don't see them yet.
The next one now.
Lindell Sween.
Or was she already in the team?
No, well, playing, okay. You know? We have a lot of talent coming through. Adam Pear, midfield. When he developed, he's 16. Darren will know these guys. You saying OMG SSFL players. All our Tyree Spicer came from the SSFL. Malik Khan came from the SSFL. Don't knock the SSFL. Those players just need development and exposure. Darren saying don't do with that SSFL thing. No, but we have to use these guys are talented players. It's just
I would say the SSFL now to what I was growing up with when Spicer and was in it is a completely different level.
Of course. But there are players in there. The Zooms, Levi, you saw him play against. You know, there's levels. I won't say all the men. I have some scrubs in the SSFL. Don't get me wrong. No offense. But there are players that give them 4 or 5 years, you know, to develop. No disrespect. Hopefully they get outside exposure, because it seems as if under Dwight York, and this is another criticism, it seems as if they play in the TTPFL, they're not gonna get a chance in the national team. So they have to be, you know, outside playing for him to get the recognition. But I am not too concerned about our player pool. It's just how we progress the team. So you could go ahead, Levi, if you are Dwight in or Dwight out. Big up Trinity Colleges.
It isn't as simple as saying, for me, it isn't as simple as saying Dwight in or Dwight out, because how I view international football is different from how I view club football. An international coach doesn't have to be the best tactician. He doesn't have to be the best football brain, per se. He just has to be a motivator in different ways. I mean, not to discredit any coaches that are tacticians or anything like that. And I'm saying that you don't need to be Pep Guardiola to coach a national team. Why I'm saying that is more like these players know each other. Well, in Trinidad's case, these players know each other, and it's more of getting them together and getting them ready for the cause. It might sound emotional, yeah, but they're already playing at a high level. It's not like we're going to teach these players anything new. It's not like we're going to set up for the Premier League to go and win the Premier League. It's a lot of phases. So it's more like play your best players. These things motivate other players. Do things that shows that, hey, we on the right track. So going back to the Molino starting, Molino being our captain, Molino being a player that all the other players respect, that is a silent motivator. To me, that is just something a coach should be doing. You know? Bringing the players together. So it's a little difficult for me to say Dwight out, because he has done that in some instances, but in the other instances where I said you don't have to be a master tactician, dog, just play Levi out on your right, bro. It's there for everybody to see. If I can see it, you can more. Dog, come on, bro. Come on. Everybody else is saying it. Why not just do it? Why you had to wait till the last game to do it? That's a demotivator. And I'm sure Levi, he might probably come out and say it, but in his mind, he's thinking, why you still playing me out on your right? So is things Dwight York have to work on. So I wouldn't say out, because he has done a good job from what we were accustomed to under the previous management. He has brought something. It's not like he just did nothing with the team. He has brought something. So let's continue with him and continuously, steadily growing and see where it leads to. You know? So
you're in then. You're in.
For the moment.
Before you go, Francis, because I want to hear you. Oh, you said keep him as well. I see Son, big up Son, saying Zoom Zoom was in Guyana. Sure, man, I know that. No, I did know that. No, I wasn't saying put Zoom Zoom in the team now. I'm saying if you look at him, he's a quality player. The fact that Zoom Zoom was in Garcia in Guyana and he's not even 20 years old yet, it shows that he's getting that recognition already. And I think that he has the talent to be developed into a player for the future.
And son, we went before the Jamaica game. We went a close game where players in the TTPFL played most of the senior team that played on what was Thursday yesterday. And to me, Zoom was the best player that was playing on the TTPFL
on the pitch
by far. Well, I wouldn't say on the pitch because Spicer was having his moment.
Well, yeah.
But he was vocal for a young player. That's bro. You don't know how refreshing it was to see that he was so vocal, being his age and demanding the ball from senior players like Jovan Jones, who was playing with the TTPFL side. And he was conducting it, and I think he scored. He scored, huh?
Nah, first,
but he had the assist. No, he had the assist, and he was the one to drive at the defender, and it was more or less a tappy. So him being so young and doing these things against the team that play against Jamaica, more or less, is only a matter of time before he breaks into the team. And so we're not saying put him into the side immediately, but his talent level is there, bro.
Son, what do you mean why he not in Portugal? So I believe this, right? Now, there are players who, just because you're good, doesn't mean you'll always get the opportunities to go somewhere where you expect somebody to be. So Zoom not being in Portugal, to me, unless he was there, I don't know, maybe he failed a trial or something. I don't know what you're referring to. But I was talking in general sense. There are so many players who have talent who probably didn't get the exposure as opposed to some of the other guys. Because let's be real. You understand what I'm saying? So I would use that as a metric to say, to determine Zoom's level. He's a great player. Anybody could say that.
Somebody was saying Sween better than Zoom. Okay, I hear you. And I'm not saying you're wrong or anything. But Sween was in that game as well. And Sween did score.
Sween's
but the impact, he scored a deflection goal. But it was going to score anyway. The level that Zoom showed in that game and the maturity compared to Sween, and I'm saying Sween is a bad player, but it was just a little more for me now, boy. To me, I like to see players vocal. I like to see players direct. I like to see players who are thirsty. You all will know me. I like to see players who really want it. And Zoom was all of those things on that day. And when it was a game that didn't mean anything. He could have got injured in that game and not play the rest of the TTPFL. So it is a give and take. You can prefer Sween, it's okay, but I'm just telling you why I saw in that particular instance. But Sween is a massive talent, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You just need to, take a little plait up and shave up and things.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Hold on, let me ask you a question because I'm sitting patiently waiting to ask y'all a question, because I hear all this talking about Levi Garcia and Sealy. And my thing I want to know, right? Hold on, let me pause this right here because I just watched the equalizing goal. Just go on 1 second. Let me just pause that real quick. All right, so if you start Levi Garcia on the right side, are you okay with starting a young player? Let's just for conversation, say Mitchell at the number 9, right? Just for conversation, because you can fit anybody in that position. Are you okay with starting a young player or any number 9 just to keep Levi Garcia on the right side of the field and have a talent like Sealy sitting on the bench?
That's a good question. But I think right now we need to see it happen first. Like we need to see it for a few games before we could analyze that properly.
Well, because you can't say that. You can't say that respectfully. Because when Sealy gets subbed off, more often than not, Dwight York brings in a number 9 and Garcia goes on the right. So you have tape, you have sample size of seeing it in live action.
Yeah, I've seen it live in live action against tired legs. So I wouldn't even, put it out there to say, well, it should be at the start of a game where men fresh and everything in their mind. But a player like Nathaniel James, I would love to see Nathan start in the number 9 and Levi out wide. I feel like that combination, they have a chemistry. They have a chemistry there. It's there. So I just want to see it. Let me see it first, and then I'll be able to analyze it properly. Seeley, with all due respect, I feel you need to sit down a few games, bro. Come off the bench.
I didn't get that.
Why is Siri always activated when I talk?
All up in your business. I think that you know what? I want that to happen. Just so the fans and the media can really see the impact that Seeley has on the game. Just sit him on the bench.
You see, the fans and the media, but you make it sound like we're pushing our agenda when we're not.
Yeah, we're not pushing our agenda.
No. I'm not saying pushing an agenda, but that's the only way you're gonna see what a player really means. I say it even for our team. If you're thinking about it, if you don't think Leon Bailey or Demarai Gray or one of these players are as good, sit them on the bench, and we have seen it. They haven't been, and we've seen the effects of not having them.
You know what I think putting them on the bench will do? A little fire inside. A little fire in the belly. You know?
Oh, that's the narrative you're pushing, that he ain't got no fire. I can't get with you on that narrative.
No, but okay, Francis.
You have been pushing the narrative that he ain't got no fire.
Francis, think about you playing and you're starting all the games, and all of a sudden you're on the bench. When you come on, what do you think you're going to do?
Play my same football?
Francis. Hey, guys.
Yes, I know you're sleepy. I see your eyes closing.
Yeah.
You're asleep, man.
Great conversation.
To tell you right there, you're going to play your same game.
Prince Hood. Hey, big up Prince Hood, by the way. Big up everybody who has been commenting consistently. Lime, Son, Tafari, Darren, Prince Hood. Somebody else was in the comments often. I think Omar, maybe gone. Kushon. Big up everybody who was watching the live. Of course, big up Francis, big up Levi. Don't forget to subscribe to Next Up Sports Talk and We Are Biased, and of course the Interception as well. Go ahead.
Before you go, I'm gonna let y'all know this. We gave you all the game to win, and you didn't. We gave you all the game to win, and you didn't.
That's fair.
You had plenty opportunities, shots on goal to score, and you didn't.
Yeah.
To be honest,
don't say give us. I don't like that terminology.
But to be honest, that's been a trend for this entire thing. Both Curacao games should have won them.
Yeah, we should have.
Bermuda game should have won it more. So finishing has been an issue for us throughout this entire campaign. Why? Levi was playing in number 9. Simple as that. And that's not a knock on Levi. But he plays out on the wing. We create more chances. He gets to the byline more. You have a number 9 in there to tap it in. Trust and believe.
You think so?
I don't want.
I
don't want to see anybody in my comments ever again saying Levi should continue playing 9. I really don't want to see it, bro. Let him get a run of games, like 5 games out on the right, and we'll see it. Then you all could talk. If he doesn't perform well, then you all could talk. But don't talk now.
But again, that's just our analysis. That's just our opinions. At the end of the day, we love all the players. We respect the effort that was put in yesterday. What?
I said even Seeley.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Seeley.
The thing is, Dante Seeley is a good player. Nobody said he wasn't. We just think he's missing that cutting edge. You might agree, you might disagree. But again, guys, subscribe to everybody in it. It's free $99.
He have it.
I don't have it.
You know what you gotta do, man? It's free $99. You gotta hit that like and subscribe button. Subscribe to the Interception. Subscribe to We Are Biased TT, And you know, man, don't be doing that, Leo, because it's free 99. Doing that. I catch you on the next one.
I'll make a sign. So free 99. I can't say it. I'll make a sign.
Big up.
Big up.